What is going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. You know the best thing about Sundays? It's not NFL football. It's not the Sports Wars stream. It's not Mario Kart, whatever the hell we do on Geeks and Gamers Twitch channel. It's this stream right here. This is the best part about Sundays. Second place, listen, a close second, almost tied for first, will be Culture Casino's stream. I see him in chat here that I was able to be on today as well. We can't forget about that. But, I mean, come on. This is my favorite part of Sunday, getting to hang out with you guys. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Just a little bit late. I would like to have some sort of excuse, but literally I was just fucking wolfing down Taco Bell, however you say that. I am full as fuck. I ate way too much in 5 minutes somehow. I don't know why I did that, but I did. All right, so let's see who we got. Ryan was, what the fuck? Ryan was pooping? That ain't true. I did that way earlier. Wolfing down. Yes. Late for us in the UK. Oh, I'm sure it is late for you. You're in the UK. So what is it? Probably like, I don't know, almost midnight there or something. I don't know. Something like that. Probably right around there. I see Godzilla Suplex in the chat. I see Nathan Stein saying Cavill's back with Jar Jar Abrams. Didn't think it was possible. Well, we're going to talk about it today. That's the report. The report is that he is here. Or that he is here to stay, I should say. We've got a couple super chats already, guys. Let me hit these. Culture Casino was the first one to drop that phallic rainbow unicorn, $1.49. Thank you, Culture Casino. Appreciate it, man. Congrats on 1K. That is awesome, dude. I remember when I hit 1K. I remember my 1K celebration stream pretty vividly. So congrats to you, man. It's like that first big step. You know what I mean? First, you're counting like the hundreds, but then once you hit 1,000, that changes things because then you know what the possibilities could be. So congrats, dude. Well deserved. Make sure you guys sub to Culture Casino. Now, we also have a $5 Canadian super chat from Muggsykins. He's Canadian, but he's talking about American politics. He says, Biden strikes again. Today, he said 200 million people will die by the end of his speech from COVID-19. Smash the like button, folks, once you stop laughing. 200 million people seems excessive, even though he does ramble quite a bit. 200 million seems excessive. I think it's crazy. I don't get too much. I don't get too much into the political aspect of things on my channel as far as how I think. But I will say that looking at this, I can't wait for the debates. I cannot wait for the debates to see these guys on stage together. That's about all I'll go right now from my channel. But thank you so much for the super chat, man. He's all right. I'll go a little further. Biden is an embarrassment right now. Regardless of whatever side of the political spectrum you sit on, the man can't speak. The man is off his leash. They have no idea what he's going to say. He's crazy. The Despacito thing was hilarious. God. But anyway, that goth nerd for $2. That goth nerd says, thanks for my 15 minutes of fame. You are welcome. That tweet did blow up a little bit, didn't it? I feel like you kind of created the Twitter just to almost like speak out and say that, to say that you are a transgender Star Wars fan, that you're a part of the fandom menace, and you appreciate what Gina Carano's doing. You're not insulted by her. You think that people forcing other people to put pronouns in their bio is insane. And we all stand with you as well, that goth nerd, because these people in entertainment, these people, whether they're fucking clout chasers that are trying to get close to Lucasfilm, whether they're trying to virtue signal for their own moral points, whatever it may be, their own social points, they're using trans people as some kind of crutch or something. Like, look, I can't believe what you're doing to these people. Look at these poor people. And when in reality, a lot of them don't want Gina Carano canceled. It's mostly these fucking like 17-year-old kids on social media that have no life, that have zero life, that are forced to put their pronouns in their bios and then worry about other people's pronouns in their bios somehow invalidating their friends. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. But thank you very much, that goth nerd, for the $2 super chat. I see the Geek Blend in chat. Let's see where he's at. Where are you, Geek Blend? I want to know where Geek Blend is at. Let me pull him up real quick. He was like 9 away last time I checked. Because we're going to get him right there. We gave him a shout out on Friday Night Tights. Sometimes that's not good enough. Let's go. The Geek Blend. Oh, bro. Geek Blend. It says 1K subscribers for the Geek Blend. So I don't know if he knows it. I don't know if he's announced it yet. Let's watch this. Or let's look at this. The Geek Blend. 1,000, baby. 1,000 subscribers. That must have just hit it too. Look at that. Right there, bro. Just hit it. Hell yeah. Congrats, man. So we have Culture Casino and the Geek Blend hitting 1K subscribers within a 48-hour period or so. That is incredible. 2 awesome members of the community, 2 awesome content creators. And as well as supporting Culture Casino, you guys should definitely support the Geek Blend and the 2 people that are intricately tied to the Geek Blend channel, that he would not be where he is without them. And that is Raging Rhino and Lost Jedi 22. So congrats, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. It has been a long, long week, isn't it? I have a new computer. I have a new computer that I'm not using yet, right? But it is sitting right here. I assure you, it's not fake. You can hear it. That's my new computer that I have to set up. I'll show all you guys. I'll do a video. I did want to say shout out to Artesian Builds, though. Shout out to Artesian Builds for building me this fucking incredible computer. I can't wait to show it off to you guys. I am partnered with them. I am partnered with them. They kind of reached out to me. They knew I needed a computer. So good for me and good for them, because I'll be promoting their stuff, and you can get a discount if you are looking for a new PC. That's a purchase only once every several years. But if you are, make sure to check out Artesian Builds. Is that company nationwide? They've got 2 places. They got one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, but they'll ship it anywhere. So that they shipped it to me. There it is. Look at that. Enter the code RK Outpost for a discount. That is correct, Steph. Up to $100. Now it's probably $100 if you're doing like, if you buy like a fucking really top end, you might get $100 off. Joshua Sam, see what's up? Joshua says, Ryan, you were playing 3D All-Stars yesterday. I saw that you were online yesterday. I was playing 3D All-Stars. I'm not going to lie. I was playing 3D All-Stars. It's true. It is true. So don't take away my fucking my pimp card. Don't give me a simp card. I did play Nintendo Super Mario 64. Got to be honest, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't do anything to that game. It's just a port. And then I also played for the first time Super Mario Galaxy. I played a little bit of each. Super Mario Galaxy is okay. Super Mario 64 really brings back the feels, though, because I remember those maps and everything. So that was cool. I'll be playing more of that in the future. My pimp card, that's right. And we got 2 more super chats. One from the Geek Blend. $5 says, Hail Ryan. Thank you so much for all of your support. Hope you enjoyed your Taco Bell. I did. I ate it so fast. I'm so full. I'm like sweating right now. Big fucking mistake. I should have just been hungry. God damn it. God damn it. All right. But now what am I going to say? So thank you, Geek Blend, for the super chat, and you're absolutely welcome, man. Your channel and the show you got, the Raging Geek Jedi show. I go on it nearly every week. I love it. I enjoy it. So keep doing what you guys are doing. You, Lost Jedi, Raging Rhino, you guys are awesome. And then Culture Casino for $5. Support the Geek Blend, Raging Rhino, Lost Jedi 22, and Open Airlock Policy. Just great creators with great content. I agree. Support all of those gentlemen because they are great content creators and great members of the community. Let's see. Then Lost Jedi Lost Jedi 22 with a $5 super chat right after that says, thanks, Culture Casino, lol. Lost Jedi 22 needs to create more content for his channel because when he does do content, it's incredible. But I like all of his Star Trek Lower Decks stuff. Then Geeky and the Picard stuff. Geeky Pixie for $2. What's up, Geeky Pixie? Says, hey, Orion. Hello, chat. How is everyone doing today? I am doing awesome, Geeky Pixie. Well, I'm doing okay. I'm doing awesome because I'm here with you guys. The rest of my day, like I said, ate my Taco Bell way too fast. I feel fat as fuck right now. I didn't get to put my fucking computer, hook it up like I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm here with you guys now, so it's all good. And then we have Raging Rhino. So we got the trio, the Raging Geek Jedi trio in here. All right, for $14.99 Australian. A little pear-shaped man flying through the air like a fucking superhero. And that's good because we're going to talk a little about Henry Cavill today. We're going to talk about Superman. We're going to talk about Superman. Superman got nothing on me. All right. I'm feeling good. We got people coming in. 180 people watching now. Smash the like button. Storyman Jack for $2 says, you catch the new story. Doing well. Super excited. I haven't yet, Storyman Jack. I did add it to my watch later playlist. So I will probably be doing that tomorrow when I'm at work, probably in a downtime at work. I'll probably be watching that. The weekends, guys. The weekends are, it's most people's time to relax. The weekends are fucking busy for me. I got so many streams I'm doing, and I love going on. I love going on to all of them. Love going on to all my streams on the weekends, but it is busy. So I can usually catch up on the content those first couple days. But thank you so much, Storyman Jack. Culture Casino, another $2 says, in the words of Peter Hahn, shout out to Drunk 3PO. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. Yes, our favorite intoxicated droid, my buddy Jay. Shout out Drunk 3PO, of course. And I see Film Gob in the chat. What's up, Film Gob? I was able to tune into a little of your stream earlier where you're talking about Zack Snyder. I don't know why Zack Snyder's so polarized. Anytime he tweets anything, it seems like it sets these fucking weirdos off. These people who have been wrong every step of the way. Every step of the way, these fucking losers have been wrong. They've wanted Zack to fail. They've wanted the DCEU to fail. Well, now the Snyder Cut's coming to prove them all wrong. Now Henry Cavill is back to prove them all wrong. And it's a great time to be a DC fan. It's a shitty time to be a Zack Snyder hater, in my opinion. So good to see you here, buddy. Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $1.99 says, I just want to feel included in the stream. You know what? This is a shout out. We're just doing shout outs, right? Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $1.99. Listen, Blue-Eyed Scorpio, go check out his YouTube channel. He's been doing work on there. He's been putting together these compilation like music videos set to God of War. It's pretty fucking dope, to be honest. It's content that I haven't been creating lately. I've been creating all this shit where I just sit down and record me talking. That's all I do. And he put a lot of effort into those. So make sure to check out Blue-Eyed Scorpio as well. Trying to make the transition from Twitch over to YouTube. Geeky Pixie for another $2. Thank you so much. What doesn't set off these weirdos? Let's see. What doesn't set off these weirdos? Well, that's interesting. I don't really know. I think that if you just focus everything on I think if you had maybe a trans woman of color that's in a wheelchair in every single role, then maybe they'd be satisfied. But probably not. They'd probably find something else to bitch about. That's kind of what happens, usually. See, Oliver Fredson says, is Josh been thrown under the bus? Have to ask. I don't know what you mean by that, Oliver. Is Josh been thrown under the bus? If you could specify, maybe I'd figure it out. But I'm not sure. The only Josh I know is from Den of Nerds, and I haven't seen anything like that lately. At least nothing that stood out to me in any way, shape, or form. Josh has been doing his own thing. So kudos to Josh. So I was on there talking about the Snyder Cut. Josh let me on there to kind of get the a position from someone who is a Snyder Cut person once it was. This is either right before or right after it was officially announced. Like, how vindicated do you feel after all this shit happening? You know what I mean? So I don't agree with Josh on everything. He doesn't agree with me on everything, but for the most part, seems like a good dude to me. And I see another. This is just freaking like, this is crazy. This is just a day of celebrations for so many people. Nerd Cookies with the $2 super sticker. It is the little hippopotamus biting down on the one-up, biting down, getting that extra life. Nerd Cookies just hit 10,000 subscribers on her channel. So, God, everything is good right now for so many people. We rise together, right? That's what we do in this community. We help each other out. And really excited for Nerd Cookies, really excited for Culture Casino, really excited for Geek Blend. Really excited for Blue-Eyed Scorpio, too, because how couldn't you be excited for Blue-Eyed Scorpio? And then we have Cowboy Cut Ribeye for $5. You guys are fucking killing it. You guys are fucking killing it today. Holy shit. $5 says, Ryan, I love your content. You've been killing it on Sports Wars. I'm loving the growth on that channel. You know, we've been doing some work over at Sports Wars. We've gained about 35,000 subs in the past 28 days. We just hit 60K over on Sports Wars today. I'm really proud of what we're doing over there. And, you know, it wasn't that long ago that my channel, I was like fucking killing on my channel, doubled Sports Wars, tripled Sports Wars subscriber count. And then all of a sudden we focused a little on Sports Wars. Boom, that thing shot right up. So even when sports aren't really back in full yet, the fact that we were able to take advantage of a lot of the things going on, and there were a lot of people that our voices resonated with them. And that was really fun. And it's been really fun to be a part of that and seeing the evolution of the channel, and how when we first started talking about and pushing against this the social justice messaging that's like overcome right now, sports, and is like a fabric of the sports broadcast itself each and every time you tune in. I feel like, just like in our entertainment, just like whether it's video games, movies, TV, our entertainment is supposed to get us away from everyday life. I think there's a lot of people that feel that way, and that is our escapism. Sports the same way. Sports allows us all, regardless of your race, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your sexual orientation, to come together and scream for your team to score, scream for your team to get an interception and stop the others, to crush the opposition, for no other reason than you live in this same area of the country, or your dad was a fan of this team, your mom was a fan of this team. That's what sports are supposed to be about. And that's what entertainment should be about, really, is just getting people together, letting them escape their everyday life and look at something else. So there's a lot of people who are upset about what's going on. So Sports Wars has been doing awesome. I know we don't have a lot of sports fans here in the chat, right? I know we don't have a lot of sports fans here in the chat, but Sports Wars has been doing great. So we'll stop talking about sports for now. But thank you very much, Cowboy Cut Rib. I appreciate that. Sky Trooper 501st for $2 says, masks don't set off those weirdos. Yeah, masks, well, they do set them off if you don't wear them or if you say anything about them. But yes, if you are a good little soldier and wear your mask, then yeah, it doesn't set them off. You're right, Sky Trooper 501st. You are correct, sir. And I see Rob asking if I have an RTX. No, I don't. I have I think it's the 2060X, I think. It's the 2060X, maybe the 70. But yeah, it's definitely going to do everything I need it to do. But no, it's not a 3000 series. Might be the 260X Super, I think. I'd have to verify. And I see Eric here. What's up, Eric? I'm doing good. Eric. Ugh. Last of Us 2 fanboy says all right, let me highlight this. You use such bad grammar. I need to highlight your dumb fucking ass. Last of Us 2 fanboy. I like the golf club. You're a transphobic. You love Horizon Zero Dawn, but not Last of Us 2. I think you're a troll. I was about to fucking lay into you. But I think with the golf club there, you got to be a troll. So good job. You almost got me to go off, actually. But yeah, I do like Horizon Zero Dawn too. And yeah, Last of Us 2 is fucking trash. So am I going to play Minecraft with ray tracing on your new PC? Ooh, man. Yeah, I can't wait to play that. Commando Rex says, hey, Ryan, do you have anything in Star Wars that you like that not trash? Well, as far as new Star Wars, as far as Disney canon Star Wars, there's not really much that I enjoy at all. I would say The Mandalorian is probably the closest thing to, enjoyable that I've experienced from Disney Star Wars. All this shit right here, I have tons of Star Wars that I love and that's not trash. Look at this stuff, right? Look at this stuff right here. 140 plus novels, fucking dozens of comic books down here. Well, I mean, thousands of individual comics, but when I'm talking about, all the stuff that I have, the collections down here, this is the stuff I love. All the video games that came out before Disney bought Star Wars, before Disney ruined Star Wars. Yeah, like I have tons of Star Wars that I love. Just so happens the stuff being produced now I really don't like. That's how it is for me, at least. Metal Gear Mando. What's up, Metal Gear Mando? For $5. Says $5 closer to the 380. Glad I could finally catch a stream. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, dude. Your channel's doing really well too, man. I remember, I think it was that Cyberpunk genitals. I think it was fucking change your genital size that shot your channel off, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, you're doing good too. So keep it up. Keep it up, bro. And I catch almost every Anomaly stream at some point, even though it goes for long, and you're usually on there as well. No source material. Yeah, no source material, just the entire expanded universe. So what didn't you like about The Mandalorian? Well, let's talk about The Mandalorian a little bit. Let's talk about The Mandalorian a little bit. Now, I'm going to talk about some of these things. We're going to bring some people on later, right? We're going to bring some people on later in the stream to give their thoughts as well. But I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on all this shit first. The big thing, I would say, in Star Wars, right? JFK disowned Kathleen Kennedy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, let's take a look here. This rumor that has been blasted across the airwaves. Rumor, Pedro Pascal quit filming The Mandalorian Season 2 halfway through production. Now, if you've watched any of my videos that I did on The Mandalorian, you may know that I had some issues with it. I think that it was focused, I think it was focused on shit it didn't need to be focused on. I think that what this story was sold as, and what this TV show was sold as, was going to be a story about a bounty hunter who was a Mandalorian, who was hunting bounties. Like that's what we would see him doing. That was going to be the show. Instead, what we got was a show that brought in a Baby Yoda character for nothing more than a meme, for nothing more than something to get 40-year-old women who drive minivans excited about cute Baby Yoda, who decided to say, even though they said this would have nothing to do with the Force, bring the Force into it. And I didn't like the disconnect in the story. I didn't like the fact that there's a ton of plot holes in this show. I didn't like that it felt like this was really supposed to be maybe an hour and a half or hour, 45 minutes of story that they decided to only put in episodes 1, 2, and 7 and 8. And then the rest of it, they just weren't sure what to do with the series. A lot of things I didn't like about The Mandalorian. But I do think that instead of talking about identity politics, instead of talking about anything like that, people disrespecting the fans, we're just arguing about the validity of the show, right? I think that Jon Favreau wants to do a great job. I think that Jon Favreau really respects what George Lucas has done, and I think he wants to bring that kind of energy back to Star Wars. I think he wants Star Wars to be respected again. right? And so there was things that I could enjoy about The Mandalorian, but I think it's a pretty mediocre show. Has potential, I suppose, if they get some of the lore right, but I don't know. When does Luke show up? Watch season 2. That's all I'll say. Watch season 2. That's all I'll say. This show won't connect to the sequels. They had, well, come on, Lord Vader. They have force healing. They had force healing established in The Mandalorian fucking hours before The Rise of Skywalker came out. Come on. They moved that show. They moved that show specifically to before Rise of Skywalker came out so they can make that connection. I do think that Baby Yoda has always been a way to kind of excuse away some of the things about Rey, some of the things we talk about training and things like that. And the fact that they have force healing right before Rey's force healing. Come on. That's my opinion. That's my opinion on that. But this rumor here is fucking interesting, right? We covered it in a video, but there's been a lot more people talking about it since then. A new rumor claims the Mandalorian actor Pedro Pascal quit filming the show halfway through the second season. The rumor comes from YouTuber Grace Randolph during her Mandalorian Season 2 trailer reaction. Now, I should state that more people other than Grace Randolph have reached out to their sources, and they have confirmed a lot of these things with their sources. I'll say it right now that Jay has talked to some people as well. Drunk 3PO. He told me what he got told confirms a lot of what Grace Randolph is saying as well from someone who works in the stunt department. Randolph first points Entertainment Weekly's recent spotlight. I think this article is written a little bit backwards. I wanted to talk about this first before we go back. While filming season 2, Pedro Pascal really wanted to have some scenes with his helmet off. However, the Mandalorian creative team wouldn't budge on this. Now, we had heard that even though Pedro Pascal wasn't in the suit a whole lot, when he complained. He didn't like it. But I think this has more to do with ego than it has to do with him being uncomfortable. And think about it. I can respect, not respect, but I can understand where he's coming from. Pedro Pascal is the lead character, the Mandalorian, the title character in what everyone's claiming is the best of Disney Star Wars. Some people are saying it's the best since the original trilogy. Not me. I would never fucking say that because it's fucking garbage. But what some are saying the best of Disney Star Wars. And your face isn't really tied to the show. Not in the way that other people's faces are tied to specific things. Not the same way that Robert Downey Jr., you saw that face and you just thought Iron Man. You don't see Pedro Pascal and think the Mandalorian, right? I don't agree with him. I don't agree with his decision to throw such a fucking hissy fit, but I understand where him as an egotistical Hollywood actor is coming from. And I fucking respect the hell out of Jon Favreau for not budging, not giving into that shit and saying, we crafted this around the helmet being on. This is the fucking way. So for him to not budge on that, I think is, it says a lot. I think it says a lot. So what is this? Papa John's management said to be concerned that Ryan is eating tacos instead of pizza. Yeah. Papa John's, give me a sponsorship. I eat Papa John's every day. I'd probably just do it anyway if I had enough money. But let's get back to this. She continues. So Pedro Pascal, from what I heard from 2 sources now, was frustrated about this and was also pretty darn uncomfortable in the Mando suit on set. So he became difficult. I could do a Grace voice. You guys want me to do a Grace Randolph voice? Let me see. Let's see if I can do that. So Pedro Pascal, from what I've heard from 2 sources now, was frustrated about this and also pretty darn uncomfortable in the Mando suit on set. So he became difficult. Is that a good Grace? Does that work? In the final straw, though, even though he was difficult on set, the final straw, listen, we've heard about all this shit. We have heard about the tensions at Lucasfilm between Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy. Listen to what they say here. From what I've heard, to try to get them to intervene on his behalf, he went above their heads to Lucasfilm, to Kathleen Kennedy, to try to get her to change things about The Mandalorian. You combine that with Lucasfilm already trying to get involved more in story aspects of season 2, including focusing more on standalone episodes rather than making them more connected, which I've heard the Mandalorian creative team wanted to do, which was kind of happening at the end of season 1. So you think about that. You think about the idea that Pedro Pascal would have gone to Kathleen Kennedy and said, make Jon Favreau change this. I don't want my helmet on. You can understand why Jon Favreau would be upset. She then details that Pedro was asked to leave halfway through filming. So when Pedro Pascal went to Lucasfilm, the Mando team was like, you know what? You should just go. And Pedro Pascal did. That happened halfway through filming. Now, this would explain so much, right? This would explain so much because we've heard about all this shit. We've heard about the way that there were a lot of reshoots. There were a lot of drama that after they said they're done filming season 2, that's when we started hearing about Ahsoka Tano. That's when we started hearing about Boba Fett. That's when we started hearing about Sabine, Rex, all these people. So doesn't it make sense that maybe if they had this falling out, right, after they had first wrapped season 2, that maybe then they started scrambling. Maybe that's why this trailer took so long to get out. Maybe that is why Jon Favreau said this in this Entertainment Weekly article. As we introduce other characters, there are opportunities to follow different storylines. The world was captivated by Game of Thrones and how that evolved as the characters followed different storylines. That's very appealing to me as an audience member. So they're saying they want to make this more like Game of Thrones. They want to focus more on standalone stories, not involving the Mandalorian. It's a strange decision to make when your show was called The Fucking Mandalorian, don't you think? I think so. But what do I know? What do I know? It doesn't make any sense. That's not what this show should be about. The show should never have been about fucking Baby Yoda in the first fucking place, but it also should not be about all these other individual standalone stories. It should be about the Mandalorian. I would be down for a Game of Thrones style Star Wars show. Probably not Disney Star Wars because it's fucking garbage. But I think there's a lot of people that would be down for that sort of thing. I don't think they want these characters all introduced in this show. So what do you do? Does this mean they're going to kill him off? Does this mean that they might replace Pedro Pascal? Because let's be honest, all you need is a voiceover. You don't need anyone under the helmet. They already have stuntmen under the helmet. He's not even under there a lot of the time. So I don't know, man. And again, from what I've heard, what a bunch of other people have heard, this is real. This happened. Now, what the outcome is, whether Pedro Pascal is gone for good, whether it was a kind of a bad break and they've kind of rectified things, that I don't know. I think Pedro Pascal's an idiot if he throws this opportunity away. But that's just me. I don't like how he compared it to Game of Thrones, my nerdy home says. We all know how that ended. Yes, it did not end well, Steph. It did not end well at all. But we did get a couple more super chats, guys. Geeky Pixie, thank you so much, Geeky Pixie, for another $10. Says, I feel bringing so many iconic characters into the story will just take away what made the show enjoyable. The trailer looked way too modern for Star Wars-like feel. There were some things in the trailer that I did not like. I didn't like the fact that the city looked like fucking shitty part of Harlem that he was walking in. It didn't look Star Wars at all. I don't like the primitive boat that they were using. You know, I don't like that. I think that's on Mon Calo. Technology is advanced far beyond that. And not only that, but is common, right? Repulsor lift technology is very common in Star Wars. People don't need to be taking boats. Seems weird to me. There's a lot of things. I feel like they're trying to make this season a little more like our world. And I think that's a mistake. And then Geeky Pixie, another $2, says nothing can be better than the OT it birthed Star Wars. Agreed, Geeky Pixie. And there are people. Think about every fucking Disney product that has come out here and what they've tried to shill it as, whether it was Force Awakens, whether it was Rogue One, like all this stuff that comes out and people say, wow, this might be the best Star Wars since the OT. That's what they say. They keep saying this shit. They keep trying to drive it into your head. We don't believe you. This is not good. Disney Star Wars is not good. There's these losers that say hashtag all Star Wars is good Star Wars. You're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb if you think that. You are the perfect target audience for Disney. That's not to say that I don't think you should enjoy Star Wars, but the idea that just because something says Star Wars on it, that it automatically makes it good, that automatically you should worship and enjoy it is fucking stupid. And that goes for any brand, any product, anything. You can't just go on the name. You have to judge it based on what it is. Now, I love Star Wars. I love the Star Wars expanded universe to death, right? I'm obsessed with it. But not all of these books are good. When you have 140 adult novels, not all of them are going to be bangers. It's just the way it is. There's going to be some shit ones in there. There are some shit ones in there. But thankfully, the great far outweighs the bad. So the entire idea of trying to say hashtag hold on, we got a celebrity in chat. John Campia himself is here. It says this scoop is incorrect. Yes, thank you, John Campia, for clearing that up. But what I was saying is the idea that you just want to go out there and consume and then get ready for the next thing. I just saw a cute nerd say that in chat as I spoke. So stupid. So freaking stupid. And hopefully we can avoid that. That's what Disney wants. And unfortunately it's working because, like it or not, I saw somebody ask before we started the stream, someone asked, do you think Star Wars is dead? Do you think Star Wars is dead or about to die or something? The answer would be no. I don't. Star Wars is not dead, but it's dead compared to what it should be. Rise of Skywalker is one of the shittiest fucking movies we've seen in a long ass time. And it made over $1 billion. The Mandalorian trailer comes out and everybody freaks out about it. Normies freak out about it. Star Wars is not dead, but it is a shell of what it should be. You know what I mean? And I do feel if we continue down the line, it's dead to a lot of fans. It's dead to a lot of people like me and a lot of people in this chat. It is dead to us. In general, it's not dead. I agree Disney Star Wars is dead. Yeah, they need to change course. They need to change course with what they're doing. They need to fire Kathleen Kennedy. I do believe that there are still people at Lucasfilm that want to bring back what George made, that want to rectify all the fucking bad things that happened. I've heard that. So it's not dead, but a lot of the most passionate people that would be there to push and buy your product all the time, that would go to the movies time after time after time, it is dead to a lot of them. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Raging Rhino for Australian $7.99 says, fuck, I forgot to tweet out how bad I'm feeling and doing. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Raging Rhino wants a shout out. And of course, and one of the reasons I shouted out Geek Plant's channel was because him, Rhino, and Lost Jedi are all on there. And all of those guys are amazing people. Subscribe to Raging Rhino. He is on his way up. He has got a lot of positive momentum. He makes great content. Subscribe to Raging Rhino. Do it. You won't regret it. Unless you don't like cats, then you might. Tupac Shakur, back from the dead, baby. 199 says, Ryan, thanks for top tier content. You're legit. Well, thank you, Tupac. Listen, I mean, a shout out from Tupac. You can't really beat that. Those don't come around very often anymore. So thank you. 100T Pauls for $4.99. What's up, man? Good to see you again. I like Ezra and Ahsoka and Sabine, but if they want to flesh their storyline, make an animated show about it. Don't rush it in The Mandalorian. This is what I think is going to happen, 100T. I think that I think that these characters are, well, Ezra's not going to be in it, but I think Ahsoka and Sabine and Rex, if he's there, I think they're only going to be in one episode. I think it's going to be an introduction to the masses, to Ahsoka and their quest, because let's face it, people didn't watch Rebels. It was on Disney XD. People did not watch Rebels. It wasn't any good, and in my opinion, it wasn't any good. And it was marketed for children. It was a child's show, and the idea that the general audience is going to know, the idea that the general audience is even going to know who Ahsoka Tano is, I think is laughable. There's a lot of people that don't know who she is. Hardcore Star Wars fans know who Ahsoka is. Normies, a lot of them don't. So I think it's just going to introduce her and explain kind of what her quest is and why they're out here doing these things and not helping to rebuild the Jedi Order. So I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be a huge part of the storyline. Cowboy Cut Ribeye says, do you read Timothy Zahn's books? Yes. Well, it depends what you mean. I have read some of John Campia. John Campia is killing me in the chat right now. Look at this shit. I got to pull it up. I was not going to pull it up, but Rebels is better than The Empire Strikes Back. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised John Campia thinks that. This is not the real John guys. It's not the real John Campia, just in case you were actually wondering. Just so you know, it's not the real John Campia. But I have read a couple of Zahn's Disney Star Wars books. They are not as good as I feel like his entries in the EU were. They basically just like put him in a sandbox and they're like, hey, write Thrawn, but have him be a little bit different. Have him not really be the Thrawn that you wrote before. Change some things, but try to get that nostalgia. Some people bought into it. Some people haven't. He is a good writer, you know. Timothy Zahn is a great writer. So his books are better quality than anything else in Disney Star Wars that I've read, but it's still, I can't buy into that story. But I do love the Thrawn trilogy and the Hand of Thrawn duology. Those are some of my favorite books from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Not a big fan of like Scoundrels or what is the Outbound Flight. Not a big fan of those, but in general, I like it. There's Jay. Look, they use it to push Galaxy's Edge. Fuck Galaxy's Edge. God damn it. You're right, Drunk. You're right. And then Jake the Movie Geek, speaking of the Thrawn trilogy, Jake the Movie Geek for $4.99 says, I'm almost done with the Thrawn trilogy. What series do you suggest next in the George Lucas era EU? It depends. It depends what you're into. I personally, now that you kind of establish where these characters are, if you don't need the trio, if you don't need a story about Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han, I would suggest the X-Wing series, starting with the X-Wing Rogue Squadron. I think those books are fucking phenomenal. And they have very little, they have a couple cameo appearances, but for the most part, it's about Wedge Antilles and it's about the New Republic. It's set a little bit before the Thrawn trilogy. And it's kind of how they became a government, how they took Coruscant, how they did all these things, and the lead up to the Thrawn trilogy. That's what I'd recommend. That's what I'd recommend. Now, if you're not all about that, you want to see where Luke Skywalker's going next, I would do the Jedi Apprentice, or sorry, the Jedi Academy trilogy. Jedi Search, Dark Apprentice, and Champions of the Force. Those aren't the best books, but it does take you the next path along the line. It introduces a lot of important characters, and it has a Luke Skywalker who, oh, what do you know, is actually training fucking Jedi. Novel concept, right? Novel fucking concept. God, I've got the fucking hiccups. Ugh. But that's what I would do. Geeky Pixie for $2 again. Geeky Pixie blowing it up. Says we got RK3PO in the house. We do have RK3PO in the house. Let's give you a taste. Just a taste of what you guys can see every other Thursday on this channel. It's only going to be a little bit, but enjoy just a touch, just a taste of RK3PO.
Are you ready?
Here it is, the moment you have all been waiting for, soon to be the biggest show in the world. That's just a little bit, right? A little bit of what you can enjoy on our stream, the RK3PO stream. So thank you guys. And yes, Steph's plugging the RK3PO merch in the chat as well. So thank you so much, Steph. I appreciate it. Let's see. But yes, thank you again, Geeky Pixie, for the $2 super chat. 100T Pulse again says, do you think Dave Filoni would be a good head of Lucasfilm? He clearly cares about Star Wars and has a very, very deep knowledge of it. I do not think that he would be a good choice for the head of Lucasfilm. I think that Jon Favreau would be the best choice right now. If you're talking about inside hire, Jon Favreau. We may talk a little bit. Listen, Jay has a lot of insider knowledge. He knows a lot of peeps that work at Disney and stuff like that. He's heard a couple things. Maybe we'll talk about that if he's able to come on the stream later when I send him the link. So maybe he can talk a little about the difference between Favreau and Filoni. Dave Filoni helped craft the sequel trilogy. Bottom line, we have meetings, right? We have the notes from the meetings. We have the quotes from Dave Filoni that it was kind of his idea to make Leia the mentor instead of Luke in the sequel trilogy, to subvert people's expectations because of this idea of the matriarchy coming back to subvert the patriarchy. You may not think that Dave Filoni said that. You may not believe me, but it's the truth. We have these quotes from Dave Filoni himself. We have his appearance at the women's conference. I've never been a Dave Filoni guy because of what he chose to do, the path that he chose to take Clone Wars and disregard of a lot of lore in the EU. I don't like the disrespect he's shown to a lot of Star Wars fans who disagree with him. I do agree that he has a lot of knowledge about Star Wars, but I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he knows anything about making. I also don't think he knows anything about actually making movies. I don't believe he's directing any episodes of The Mandalorian season 2 after his couple episodes for season 1. So I think that Jon Favreau's the guy. I think Jon Favreau's the guy. And by the way, George Lucas, Filoni tricked George a couple times in the Clone Wars. You can watch the Clone Wars behind the scenes where he talks about how proud he was that he kind of tricked George into buying off on this episode by slipping something else in there. So I don't know. And then I was also going to say something. But I missed it. I don't know. But let's see. David Kenny for $5. Thank you, David. Says, screw Disney Galaxy's Edge, but shout out to Galaxy's Edge by John Anspach and Nick Cole. Their book series is military accurate and better than most current sci-fi. Well, there you go. Listen, shout out to Galaxy's Edge by Jason Anspach and Nick Cole. There it is. You don't just get shout outs to Drunk 3PO here. You get shout outs everywhere. Boom. Now, another super chat from Andres Fernandez for ARS 50 something. Is that Argentinian? Maybe? I don't know. You're gonna hate, but what if we tell Filoni to include Carnus Jax and Kurt Canos in The Mandalorian? They could be good. Well, I don't know if anyone is going to listen to. I don't know if Dave Filoni is going to listen to anybody who wants to get EU characters included. But yeah, Carter Jackson would be cool. That'd be an interesting storyline for them to go after, but I don't think it'll happen. Yep, Argentina. Boom. fucking nailed it. There you go. Well, greetings to you in Argentina, my friend. Making it Leia might have worked if they built up her training and force usage. Yeah. We have another celebrity, ladies and gentlemen. Anita Sarkeesian is here. Anita's in chat. She's taking a break from destroying all men, and she's here. She's here. Boom, boom, boom. What Filoni was this? What Filoni did to the Mandalorians is heresy. I hear you. I fucking hear you. That's what I think too. That's what I think too. Now, speaking of the Mandalorian, though, we have talked a little bit. Ray Fisher in the chat. Speaking of the Mandalorian, I did want to talk about something that got confirmed, right? Something that got confirmed. Here it is. All right. Now, this is Screen Rant, but there's a lot of people other than Screen Rant reporting on this. Whoops. There we go. That's better. Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2 hinted at by Temuera Morrison's agency. Now, we've essentially had to confirm that Temuera Morrison was playing Boba Fett for a long-ass time, but no one at Lucasfilm would talk us about it. They still haven't told us about it. But Boba Fett's appearance in Season 2 of The Mandalorian is hinted at by a new acting credit for Temuera Morrison listed by his agency. This is not like an IMDb thing where anybody can go in there and change it. His agency has listed him as playing Boba Fett in The Mandalorian Season 2. This isn't a hint. This is a confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why it's quite titled like that. I agree. Crimson Empire was awesome. Agreed. I don't know why it's titled like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it is confirmation. Boba Fett's going to be in it, and it shouldn't be a surprise after we saw that trailer. Let me put this away. Actually, let's pull up the trailer. Let's find the moment I'm talking about. Mandalorian trailer. Bum bum ba ba bum ba bum. Whereas I'm looking for a speeder bike. Here we go. All right. Let me pull this up again. We don't need the sound. All right, there we go. Here. It was a pretty good stop, actually. So the markings of this right here have these same exact markings as Boba Fett's jetpack. This right here on the side, if I was able to get you guys a close-up, it is Boba Fett's helmet. It simply is. It is on the back of the Mandalorian speeder bike when he's on this planet, which is clearly Tatooine. Boba Fett is going to be in this. He's finding Boba Fett's armor. I don't know exactly how he's going to fit in. I can't tell you any of that. But I don't know. Boba Fett will be there. Boba Fett will be there. And it was confirmed. It was finally confirmed by Temuera Morrison. Let's see if we can get a better... See if I can slow it down just a touch. Playback speed 25. How about this? There's the helmet. Again, it's blurry, but there is the helmet. And there's the jetpack. Shown in the trailer. Just a split second, but that was it. Oh, and then look. Ooh, we got Gina. A little Gina moment. Hello, Gina Carano. And Grief Karga. Two characters we probably want to know more about, but they're introducing a bunch of new characters in this season of The Mandalorian. Now, and I see a couple super chats. One of these super chats may address what I'm about to talk about. So let me cover these first. Skytrooper 501st for $5. I'm no Jedi. Ahsoka. Citizen Tano will probably send Baby Yoda back in time. High Republic era because the Force is female. Time travel force power. God, I fucking hope not. I mean, Ahsoka is one of the few people that know how the World Between Worlds works. So that would work. But I think personally, they need to stay away, right? I think they need to stay away from specifically from doing all of this time travel shit, using the World Between Worlds. They need to forget about that. Dave Filoni. Again, this is a fucking Dave Filoni joint. Establishing time travel in Star Wars that way, huge fucking mistake. Huge fucking mistake. And the idea that you couldn't let Ahsoka die, you teased her death, and you had Ezra save her, it's just fucking trash. And you have now given everybody an out all the time. Oh, you can just time travel. It's dumb. I hate it. I hate it. Boom, boom, boom. Geeky Pixie for another $5. Geeky Pixie blowing it up. Says, would Boba become the new Mandalorian if Pedro actually walked? Possibly. Now, Culture Casino, who was here earlier, he's probably not here earlier. He's probably not here now. But if he evidently has some inside information about what's going to happen to Boba Fett, what they're going to use him at in this season and in next season. Who knows if any of that's changed at all, but as someone thinking like a Disney executive, thinking about all the fucking normie Star Wars fans out there who, if they heard that Boba Fett would have a series, they'd go crazy. What if this doesn't work out with Pedro Pascal? And that essentially at the end of this, because here's the thing, Boba Fett TCW retroactively made Boba Fett not a Mandalorian. They fucked that up. And Disney canon, he is not an official Mandalorian because Jango Fett stole the armor. Absolutely disgrace. I can't believe they did that. But that being said, what they could do is Boba Fett's quest to become a Mandalorian, to officially like gain that status. So maybe by the end of this season, they kind of hire Boba Fett or like say, hey, Boba, if you finish this mission, you can, become a Mandalorian. You can become an official Mandalorian. You can, those things that you have wanted, you've been walking around in this armor, but you've never officially been Mandalorian. Maybe that is how Boba Fett gets wrapped into all this, and he takes Baby Yoda to wherever he needs to go. And at the end of this season, you do a title reveal that says Boba Fett, the Mandalorian. Now, I think that's shit. I fucking hope they don't do that. But I'm just saying, if I'm thinking like a Disney stooge, if I'm thinking like a Disney executive, like I could see how that has legs, especially if Pedro Pascal had this falling out. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's my thoughts, though. And then Larry renews his membership. Thank you so much, Larry. Still a raging Ryan. Probably just because he wanted to say Baby Yoda is trash. That's my guess. That is a good enough reason for anybody. For anybody. They don't got to change the title, bruh. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they would. I think they could. I think they could change that title. If you had a Boba Fett series, you wouldn't want to call it The Mandalorian. You'd call it fucking Boba Fett something. If I had a Luke Skywalker series, I wouldn't call it Random Jedi. If you're going to use that name, you're going to use that name. Name recognition, brand recognition. They called it The Mandalorian because he was a mystery. You didn't even know his name till episode 7 or 8. I forget which one it was, where they called out Din Djarin. Boba Fett needs to be a black quadriplegic trans to take over the series. Maybe. There's the F Baby Yodas. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bring him into a clan to possibly create. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. And here's one of the shitty things. Is the Mandalorian story about how he was saved during the war, but the Mandalorian saved his village, a fucking farming village or whatever. His parents were killed. That's Jango Fett's story. They stole Jango Fett's origins in the EU as a template for the Mandalorian. It's a really great story arc. It's a great comic book run that explains how Jango Fett became a Mandalorian, and they're ripping it off for the Mandalorian. Fucking bullshit. Bullshit. F Sasha Banks character. Yeah, F Sasha Banks character. ba-bum. Let's see if I can find. I wanted to show a little bit clearer image of that that Boba Fett image. Let's see if I can find it. I might have that for you later. Someone might be DMing me that. Someone may be DMing me. Oh yeah, here we go. Check this out. Look at this. Let's see if we can zoom in. So that might be a little bit clear. That still might be a little bit clear where you can see that helmet pretty well. But yeah, there it is. Boba Fett's helmet, and he's officially confirmed. So no worries. Boba Fett will definitely be in The Mandalorian for anyone who had any doubts. The new Star Wars need to have giant robots human shape, says the truth of the universe. Geeky Pixie, another $2, says Disney can't ever write anything of their own. No, they steal a lot of shit. They steal a lot of shit. Open Seasons, correct. That is the name of the comic book run that I'm thinking about. That's right, Rob. What if they changed to only the Mandalorian offshoots keep their helmets always on and the true-blooded Mandalorians remove their helmets? That's so complicated and dumb. Do you know what I mean, Master John? That's so stupid. Why would it be like that? It's simple. The reason that this happened, let's be real. The reason that this happened is because, and this is why I blame Dave Filoni a little bit. The reason Dave Filoni is on set of Mandalorian is not for his fucking creativity. It's for his knowledge of Star Wars. Jon Favreau's pretty much said that. So Favreau wanted to create this atmosphere, this mysterious, this mystique surrounding the Mandalorian. They didn't want him to take his helmet off. They didn't want it. They wanted him to remain a mystery. They wanted to keep that ambiance, right? So I assume at some point he was like, hey, Dave, if we have him keep his helmet on, could we just say maybe that's a Mandalorian thing? And Dave Filoni was probably like, well, I mean, we had Mandalorians take him off before, but we can probably change it. That's all right. No one will notice. That's probably what Filoni said. The reason Filoni is there is so that you don't have issues like that happen. He's supposed to be the lore guy for the Mandalorian. And he's made a lot of mistakes and a lot of contradictions within lore before. And there's another one. And it was all done like for this fucking story plot. And it pisses me off. 10 years before this happened, you have all these Mandalorians on fucking Mandalore with their goddamn helmets off. You can't tell me that in 10 years, time, it has become an ancient fucking custom for these Mandalorians to do that. Don't believe it. Because it's not like this. I don't believe that this is some offshoot that aren't familiar with Mandalorians at all, because they know about what happened to Mandalore. They know about the Empire and how they fucking wrecked Mandalore. So it's not like an offshoot. They know these things. I don't know. That's just me. That's just little old me. What do I know? I'm not Dave Filoni. I don't fuck dogs like Dave Filoni. Peter Hahn for $2 Canadian says The Mandalorian needs dinosaurs. Yeah, maybe that's it. They need to go High Republic style. Go High Republic style, make some dinosaurs. I agree. I agree with that. Now, I did want to talk about, now we're not done with Star Wars, guys. We're not done with Star Wars, but I do want to start getting some other people on here. I wanted to talk about one thing before I did that. I just wanted to talk about PlayStation 5 for a little bit. I know it's a weird pivot here. Pivot. That's what I should do, actually. I need to get a Ross Geller pivot clip. I need to get that for when we just fucking randomly change topics. But I didn't want to talk about PlayStation a little bit. Now, they even came out and admitted it. They themselves, God fucking damn it, was just seizuring on the bottom. Where I got him, you can spot him on the top, on the bottom. PlayStation says, let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. We're sorry. Over the next few days, we will release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details, and more PS5s will be available through the end of the year. Now, if you don't know, the PlayStation 5 launch was kind of a mess. Now, we saw the reveal, we saw the price. I think there were a lot of people that were happy with the price, $499 for the standard edition, $399 for the discless version, the digital only version. So there are a lot of people happy with that, but we didn't know when pre-orders were going to be launched. Now, keep in mind, I do want you guys to listen to this, because this is what we were told back in June about PlayStation 5 pre-orders, because people were worried that it was going to be a mess. They weren't telling us what day it was going to be available, none of this. But we got promised this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me mute myself for a second. God fucking damn it, I forgot to share audio. Fucking hate this shit. All right, there we go.
No idea why. So I think it's safe to say, you know, for all of your viewers, we'll let you know when pre-order will happen. We will let you know. It's not going to happen with a minute's notice. We're going to, at some point, let you know when you can pre-order PlayStation 5. So please don't feel like you have to go run out and line up anywhere until you receive official notice on how that'll work. So I don't know how that happened, who did it.
Fucking muted. I'll just end the stream, I guess. Bye. Fuck! All right. I said I actually spilled my deepest, darkest secrets. It was an accident. And I said a lot of racial slurs. So it's a good thing I was muted. But gay and muted, yeah. I'll take it. That was pretty gay. I'll be real. So gay and muted. Wow, I can read lips. I saw God fucking damn it. Now that's my catchphrase, actually. I think I need a shirt that just says God fucking damn it. Might offend some people, but I'll be all right. Anyway, this is what they told us, right? They told us that we would know exactly when this happened. They told us that it wouldn't be a fucking mess like everyone thought it was going to be. And it turned out to be exactly the mess that they promised it wouldn't be. Now, Amazon sold out. Fucking Walmart sold out. They all started going live at different times. GameStop sold out. My local GameStop sold out in 20 minutes. And they were supposed to have this list of people that they called and had first dibs for the pre-orders, but they couldn't even do that because it was such a shit show. There's problems with PS5 quantities right now. Like they said, they're trying to get more out there. They're promising us that there won't be a shortage, but we know that that's not the case. They promise us that these fucking chips that they say are going to be fine, that we keep hearing reports of they have a 50% yield rate and they're failing and they don't think they're going to be able to deliver. We hear all this shit. And Sony just is continuing to lie and kind of pull the wool over everyone's eyes and mislead people, I think, to make sure the optics stay good. And it's a big mistake for them. I think that if they were just upfront and open with people, it'd be better. I think that's always the way it is. Even, in situations where you fuck up, I think that that you disappoint or something goes wrong. I think the best policy as a company is to be transparent. You look at CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077 when they were going to have delays. They were upfront and honest about it, about what happened. They told us exactly what it was. They told us exactly what they were working on, and they told us why the reason it was being delayed. And I think that you're going to have some people that are upset, but at the same time, you're not setting them up to be fucking destroyed later on. So the PlayStation thing was a fucking mess. I don't know if I'm going to get one. I don't know if I have any interest in getting a PlayStation 5 yet. I don't think there's any games on there that I really need to play at launch. So I'm probably not going to pre-order one anyway, but that's just me. Yes, Lost Jedi. I agree. All right, let me read a couple super chats here. Because we did get a couple. And also let me send the link out to a couple more people. How about we do that? We get some more voices. I'm tired of fucking talking, to be honest. Let everybody else do the work for me. I think that'll be best. Bum, ba-da-da-bum, bum, ba-da-ba-bum. All right. Let me catch up on these super chats. Ladies and gentlemen. Geeky Pixie for $5 says, probably because the majority of the time was a stunt double under the helmet. Perhaps is the reason why they did that ridiculous tradition. No, I really think it was just for mystery. Because it'd be pretty easy for them to do stunts with the helmet on and then him take it off for dialogue. You know? That'd be no problem. I really do think it was all about, wow, look, what does he look like? Who is he? Blah, blah, blah. Because we didn't find out his name until really late, too. It was all about this mystique. So that's why I think they created that tradition. Sky Trooper 501st for $2 says, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's right. That's right, Sky Trooper 501st. Muggsykins for $5 Canadian says, Sony constantly lies, scams, and S over their customers. Why did anyone think the PS5 would be any different? Well, I think that one thing that's good, that's really good about the PlayStation 5 is the price. I think I'm happy with that. The fact that PS5 is going to be the same price as Xbox Series X. The fact that digital version, which in my opinion is a much more powerful system than the Xbox Series X, and not just my opinion, it's fucking the specs prove it, but it's going to be $100 more, and it's not going to sacrifice anything other than a disk drive. I think that's good too. And I've always preferred PlayStation, the operating system on PlayStation. I've always preferred the way games perform on PlayStation. I've always preferred the PlayStation exclusives. But you're right. Sony is a shady company at times, and not at times, all the time. So you're right there. Teresa, Miss Martin Muses with a rose. Thank you so much, Teresa. The second time I've seen a rose from Teresa today, which is wonderful. Larry for 99-cent super sticker as well. It is a man with like crazy eyes, like he's staring into one of those whirly things. Like that. I don't know. But thank you, Larry, for the super sticker. Terminus EST for $5 says, what if Baby Yoda had parents? What if those of his species teach their kids how to use the Force just as we teach our kids to walk and talk? I mean, like, I guess they could explain it in some way. But I'm going to send the link out to a couple other people. I don't know if they're available in any way, shape, or form, but you know what? I'm going to. Let's see. Let's make it a party up in here. I know I already talked to some of these gentlemen earlier, but hold on. And raging. Sorry, guys. You just have to listen to me think out loud for a while as I send these off. As I send them off. If busy, you can hear my computer typing. You can hear me typing. I guess it's not my computer. And one more to send off. We got to get the whole gang in here. We can't just invite, one or two people. It's got to be the whole gang if it happens. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. Let me catch you back up. I totally lost my train of thought. Subhuman. What's up, Subhuman? With a $10 super sticker. And then I'll get back to that question from Terminus. It is a superhero. It is a pear-shaped superhero man flying through the air like Superman. Thank you so much, Subhuman. Good to see you here, buddy. Good to see you here. And then back to that question by Terminus. What if Baby Yoda had parents? What if those of his species teach their kids how to use the Force just as we teach our kids to walk and talk? That's a lot of ifs where we're kind of writing it for them. You know what I mean? Even if you say that Baby Yoda's species has a special connection to the Force, Yoda's species has a special connection to the Force, you still have to have training, and you still have to explain it in some way. If they do that, if they run into a fucking Yoda and a female Yoda, and they're like, our boy you found, trained him, we did since he was little. Like, I guess that would be a really fucking cheap way to do it, but maybe. Maybe. They possibly could. All right. It's been a long day. Old Yoda was his father. Maybe. He was, listen, if Baby Yoda is the child of Yoda, and at 900 years old, that little motherfucker was still shooting live fire, right? Then Baby Yoda's Yoda's just a Chad. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yaddle and Yoda banged. Maybe. Yaddle and Yoda banged. I mean, wouldn't you? Like, if that was the only other member of your species that you saw, what other choice would you have but to fuck her? You have to. You'd have to, in my opinion. But that's just me. Melvin with the big super chat. Melvin for $10 says Spider-Man Miles also on PS4. Exactly, dude. So I have no interest in getting PS5 at launch. No other games on it I want right now. In my opinion, the PS2 shortage technique failed this time. We're talking about kind of the failure and the shortage that they're having. I will say that even with the lower numbers, the lower end of the band, it'll still be more PS5s than PS4s we had at launch. But I feel like the community has grown. I feel like there are a lot of... I feel like there's a lot of people who want to buy consoles in this pandemic, and I think that's why they were shooting for a little bit higher target. But the PS4 launched with less units than they're supposed to have for PS5. I don't know. Jesus says, Ryan, do you truly believe Snyder was the right choice to start the DCEU? Yeah, I believe so. Not all DC heroes need to be dark and serious. Well, I don't think that Wonder Woman's dark and serious. People may not know this. Zack Snyder was hugely influential in the first Wonder Woman movie. Him and Deborah Snyder specifically had a ton of input on that movie. Obviously, Zack casted Gal Gadot, and I wouldn't call that movie dark. I'd say it has some darker themes. Maybe it's not as funny as a fucking Marvel flick, but yeah, that's the point. Is these characters are supposed to be all feel a little bit different. Now, it's a dark way to start it out, but it's all supposed to lead you on this journey. Now, Man of Steel, I love Man of Steel because I feel like it's the beginning of this journey that we've never really gotten to see before. The beginning of this journey from a man who's alone in the universe and the galaxy, trying to find out who he's supposed to be and how he's supposed to do it. And so I love Man of Steel. I love the way that the world has this fucking divisive reaction to him initially when he comes on stage. And I love that it takes him kind of sacrificing himself for the world for them to see him as a hero before he does come back. And yeah, Batman's dark as fuck. But again, that sacrifice that Superman makes changes Batman, right? It changes him from this person who has gone over the edge, who has lost his way, who's not what he was trying. He's become what he was been trying to fight. And it takes the sacrifice of Superman again. The knowledge that Superman is human too, that a Kryptonian is able to bring out the humanity in Ben Affleck's Batman. I really dug that. And especially if you've looked at all into what the 5 Zack Snyder movie story arc was going to be, where at the end of this, you have this, you have Henry Cavill's Superman who has become that iconic Boy Scout, like complete emblem of hope, right? Who is happy and is grateful and is understanding how to show that to the world. I was really down for that personally. Geeky Pixie Geeky Pixie with another $5 super chat says, wouldn't be the first character Disney would dampen the reputation of original character after all. Let's pray Disney does not go down this road. It's Disney. It's Disney, so it is what it is, unfortunately. But, you know, I don't trust Disney Star Wars, but I guess we'll see. But no one, listen, all these, I've sent links out to a couple people, and you know, they haven't got back to me. Oh, but back to, I can answer that question a little further about Zack Snyder. Well, as I say that, we get someone else going to join us here. I think that Zack Snyder, he was also influential. If you talk to James Wan and listen to how James Wan decided to make Aquaman, I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan, but I like the way Jason Momoa plays the character. Zack Snyder, again, hugely influential in that. Now, Zack Snyder did not have a lot to do with Wonder Woman 2, and it looks like that's going to be an absolute shit show. And if it is a shit show, I will say I told you so. Because I've been telling people this for fucking a year, if not more. As soon as we heard those Wonder Woman leaks, I said that, listen, Zack Snyder was a huge part of Wonder Woman. By making this an entirely Patty Jenkins thing, I think you're making a mistake. We'll see what Wonder Woman 2 does. Jeff, the Geek Blend, the most recent person in the fandom menace to reach 1,000 subscribers. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing? It's been a great weekend, actually. Yeah, fantastic weekend. So thanks, everybody, for helping me get there. And thank you, Ryan, for your support, too. I appreciate it. But yeah, doing good, man. Dude. Doing good.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've been able to tune in for the whole stream. I know I talked a little bit about it. I think we talked a little bit about it on your stream last night. But what are all your thoughts on these rumors surrounding the Mandalorian? Do you think it's real? What do you think?
I think it could be real. I mean, you know how Hollywood is with their diva actors, so I could see something like that happen with him. And it's one of those things. I think if it does happen, I think they'll just make a different Mandalorian, you know, and keep that title, because it's not like you ever see the guy except for the one time. I don't know. I do kind of believe some of it, and it just seems like to me they're just going to be doing way too much with this already. We already have characters we don't even know, and we're already getting all these other characters just crammed in it. I guess they're using it as a launch pad for, you know, we're hearing that they're making it as a launching point for all these different shows, but I think it could be true. I could see that. And the trailer didn't help us think differently. That's for sure, because we really didn't get much, you know, footage from the show that's supposedly done. And it's going to be coming out in almost a month now. We're getting like, you know, planetary shots and like wide shots and like atmospheric shots and little shots. We don't see a lot of characters and a lot of little moments. So I don't know. I think it's a possibility. It's true. And I don't know. I have no hopes for this show anymore. After season 1, I thought it was decent, but after all the stuff, and like I said, all these characters they're going to be shoving into the show. Yeah, I don't see it being good. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that I saw Blue Eyed Scorpio just say in chat something about he thinks that Pedro would have denied it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. I think that if this was just out there, it's a pretty big thing that people are talking about. If this was just out there, don't you think Pedro Pascal would be like, nah, that's bullshit. I'm the Mandalorian, bro. Yeah. Seems like he would.
He's not going to go out and say, yeah, this is true. Yeah, I got let go, basically. They told me to get out, like, during the middle of filming. He's not going to say that. I guarantee he's got, like, strict stuff he has to follow, even if he did leave the show or was fired. So, guarantee it.
I agree, because it's not like they're probably not breaching his contract. From what it says, it's like, all right, we don't fucking need you, basically. It was kind of like the Mandalorian people saying, we don't fucking need you if you're going to be this much of a problem. So they're still going to pay him for what he did, and he's still probably obligated to promote it, which is in their contracts, right? That is something that is in their contracts. And we have another guest part of the Raging Geek Jedi show. We're not going to have the Rage today because he's in Australia and it's a different time frame, but we do have the Geek and the Jedi, Lost Jedi 22. What's up, man?
Hey, Greg.
Hey, how's it going?
I figured you guys would want to talk to each other since you never talk to each other ever.
No.
Yeah, it's been so long, Jeff. How you doing?
I know it's been a while, man. I haven't talked to you at all since I don't know, like a month or two, I think at least.
Yeah, got to be that long.
Yeah. Doing good.
So it's definitely a good opportunity to get you guys talk to each other. Get you closer than you've ever been before.
We've been having a little bit of a rough patch, but this might smooth it out. Thank you, Ryan.
This will do it. Yeah.
You're welcome. I'm really about bringing people together. I'm known as the Great Uniter. I'm not divided, not divisive at all in any way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm here for.
You did technically create our show, so
that's true.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're at 500,000 subscribers 2 years from now, don't forget me, right? Don't forget that I was key to this whole thing. All right.
I think you're going to get there way before me for sure.
Possibly. You never know.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought Josiah Rises might be in my target. I was like, ooh, Josiah. He's at like 20, 23,000, 30,000. I might be able to catch him. Next thing you know, Josiah's at like 120K subscribers. I'm never going to fucking catch him ever again. So you never know how YouTube's going to work. But what are your thoughts, Greg, on the Pedro rumors? Do you think they're valid, I suppose, would be the best question.
I think there's some truth to them. I think that it's also likely that they may have smoothed it over by now. Because that would have happened quite a while ago now if it happened during filming. So I don't know. Maybe it came to head with when they're doing like pickups and voiceover work, finishing up the season. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Honestly, I hope Disney just kicks them to the curb. Honestly, well, because one, I'm not a huge fan of The Mandalorian. And two, like I think it's. I'm conflicted because I'm no friend of Disney, the studio, or the studios in general, but I would like to see some of these studios just kind of kick some of these actors, these prima donnas to the curb and just be like, you're so replaceable. There's a million people that are probably better than you that haven't got noticed. They can replace you guys at any time.
Yeah.
So I would like to see, and I think it would be good for us as consumers for some of these actors to, get a little bit of their ego shaved down a bit so they're not demanding quite the money that they've been demanding, which ups the budget, which causes us to keep getting this generic stuff because when you have budgets that keep skyrocketing, like what do they spend on Mandalorian? Like $100 million a season?
$100 million for season 1. I have no idea what the budget is for season 2, but I imagine it's pretty close.
It's got to be close to that.
Yeah, so when you're investing that much money, like how many risks are you going to take? Like how great is it really going to be? Or is it going to be more kind of cookie cutter, play it safe, boring stuff? I think if we want good storytelling, Hollywood needs to get these budgets down, and part of that is just shaving the ego of some of these Hollywood actors that are honestly very replaceable.
Yeah, I agree. And I have an ancillary reason. Listen, I don't necessarily like Pedro. He kind of seems like a bitch to me, to be honest. Not a big fan of Pedro Pascal. I think he's a fine actor. But if he was let go by Disney, all of these fucking losers, all you fucking weirdos with pronouns in your bios, fucking Pedro Pascal, like Pedro Pascal stands, The Mandalorian, Din Djarin stands, your stupid fan cams of Pedro. They would all be fucking crying and bawling their eyes out. They'd be fucking slitting their wrists because they were so sad. And to be quite honest, that makes me happy as fuck. If those little losers are sitting there, I fucking hate these people. These fucking dweebs who have no fucking life other than to make a Twitter obsessed with one character and then harass anyone that doesn't have fucking pronouns in their bios. Fuck these losers. That is why I want this to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good side effect. And who says we weren't going to have the raging part of the Raging Geek Jedi?
Yeah, but like as you were saying that, that's who I thought. I thought of those fucking pieces of shit, and it would be really funny. It'd be really funny to see them cry.
Yeah,
because they're trash.
Especially since there's like many high level Disney actors, actresses, and creators that don't have pronouns in their bio either. Like, as far as I can tell, like Pedro's one of the few that actually does.
Yeah.
But you know why? You know why? It's because he fucking gave into them. Because they asked him. It was, you know when it was? Dude, it was it was when Rosario Dawson, it leaked that she was going to be Ahsoka and all the trans shit about her came out. People were like upset because she is a transphobe, blah, 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 right? People were upset about that. Then people started spamming Pedro, said, say trans rights matter. And he tweeted it out. Then like, now change your bio. And he did. So he fucking bowed down to these people. That's when that happened.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, interesting how that whole thing with Rosario Dawson, there's no criminal case even. Just a lawsuit.
Yeah, it's just, listen, it's some fucking weirdo. It's some fucking trans guy who is saying that Rosario Dawson's mother got on top of him and beat the shit out of him and fucking called him a girl or something. Like, it's something crazy like that, right? You feel like a real man now? Like, that's this story. It's laughably ludicrous that this would happen to this like rich family. It didn't happen. This guy's a fucking liar and a lunatic. But we do have a couple super chats. Memology 101 in the chat with 22 Honduran whatever those are. I don't know what they are, with a little, just a salt sticker. Maybe I am a little salty, but I fucking hate a lot of people in Memology, and I hate those little fucking weirdos with pronouns in their bios. Geeky Pixie for $5 says, can you imagine the hate Disney would get if Pedro gets kicked to the curb but keep Gina? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the re. Dude, if that happened, that would be insane.
Or she puts on the armor and actually becomes the Mandalorian too. That would be just like extra.
Do it.
Salt in the wound.
Do it. I want it. Yeah.
So evidently 22 Honduran, I don't know what it is. Fuck Libras, I don't know what it is. But evidently 22 Honduran things equal $1 American. So thank you, Memology. I appreciate it. Memology is actually building a house right now. He's like, the dude is fucking blown up on YouTube, and with all that, he's able to fucking build his own house, which I think is incredible. And congratulations to him. A good dude, a great content creator. Even if he thinks that all he does is glorified PowerPoints, I will glorify the hell out of them because it's good content and people enjoy it.
I love his channel.
I will never forget how important Memology was in the BetterHelp scandal by exposing all these fucking people that were shilling BetterHelp, all these fucking losers that want to pretend they actually care about mental health, when in fact they're just trying to make a buck off weak-minded people that are trying to use internet therapists. So if you don't know about the BetterHelp scandal, look it up. But anyway,
pretty fucked up. Yeah.
But anyway, back to a couple of these super chats. Thank you again, Memology. Yeah, Geeky, I agree. People would freak the fuck out if Cara Dune was there and Pedro was gone. Because they would make it all about the bio. They'd be like, you have a man who put his pronouns in his bios and they cut him from the show and a transphobe gets to stay. That's the narrative. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Turner, aka Mega Jetty 1 says, hey Ryan, and congrats, Jeff. Still grinding in limbo. Well, keep it up, Mega Jetty.
Keep it up, man.
YouTube is a grind. You never know when your break's gonna come. So keep it up. Keep it up, man. And I appreciate the super chat. Now, what about, I guess too, we talked about a little bit. I'll get you guys' thoughts about the Boba Fett thing. The official confirmation, basically, that Tamura Morrison is in it. It's not just they're trying to hide it anymore. His agency said that he is playing Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2. Now that it's not a rumor, you guys excited to see him at all, even if you're not a huge fan of the show? Or do you wish that Disney would just fucking stay away from him?
I'll let Greg go first. This time.
He is muted.
Oh, he is muted. Okay. I don't know, maybe, but I mean, it's called The Mandalorian, not Boba Fett. I mean, don't bring Boba Fett into the show. If you want to use Boba Fett, do something else with him. Make a solo film, something else. It's just, no. I don't want to see him in the show. It's just too much crap, you know. And of course, since Tamura Morrison is confirmed, I'm sure he'll be playing Rex if Ahsoka's going to be there. And maybe another clone or two that'll follow Rex around. But I mean, I'm sure it's just, I don't know. I don't want to see Boba Fett. I mean, I don't really.
I just think they're gonna fucking ruin him, man. I think they're gonna ruin him.
I think that character that I can't think of the guy. I never think of the guy's name. Oh man, but he was going to play a sheriff on the show, and they're saying he's going to have Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, they were saying he was going to have the armor, and I wonder if he's going to get the armor for Boba Fett, the Mandalorian. Maybe I don't know, but why does he have it on the back of his motorcycle? That's weird.
Well,
but yeah, you're right. That was definitely his helmet.
Well, they talk about Boba Fett's armor in the Aftermath trilogy. And I know Greg.
Like they find it. Yeah,
I know Greg actually read those books.
I actually did too.
Okay.
Yes,
unfortunately,
I suffered through the Chuck Wendig spectacular, wibbly wobbly all the way through.
Yeah, Hercule Jerkily,
and Hercule Jerkily, all the way through. I honestly, as far as Boba Fett goes, I'm pretty checked out. Like, I would expect that they will ruin his character and give him a cheap, meaningless death, because that would be consistent with what they've been doing with all the legacy characters.
Yeah.
I would be surprised.
I think that it's going to happen. I think it might happen in season 3. I kind of think that that's what their original plan was anyway. For a couple of the rumors I've been hearing is that they were going to bring him in, introduce him to the story here, and then in season 3, something bad's going to happen to him that everyone's going to fucking hate. But I don't know. That's just the fucking rumors I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Well, what concerns me is just the amount of time that they're going to have to actually flesh these things out.
I know, 8
because if you believe the other rumors of people coming in, they're 8 episodes, and they're not even like full hour-long episodes.
Like 38 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, some of them were not even 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and it was only an 8 episode run in a season. I thought that was pretty cheap. I was expecting full hour-long episodes.
Yeah, me too.
So they're going to have. They got the Baby Yoda mystery. They have the dark saber garbage. They have Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Sabine, all this stuff that they're going to try and fit into 8 episodes. I don't think they can give any of these stories justice in that short of a time span.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's too much.
We'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a lot of people that see him and just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know what I mean? I just think that that's kind of the expected result from all of this. If
30 YouTube videos from all these Star Wars YouTube channels talking about how Boba Fett's back and all this. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'll make one too.
I will too, yeah.
But I'll just say, it'll be, wow, Boba Fett's back. These fuckers.
But it'll be more
right, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah. It's just, I think Greg's right. I think they're just going to bring him in and kill him off. Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah,
because they're done with everybody
carry it over into the next season, and fine. But like, I don't expect him to become a major character. I just don't.
If this show turns out to be as bad as we think this season's going to be, do you think they'll even make a season 3?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's already like being made actively.
They're right.
Even if they're not filming it, I think that they're already have the scripts ready. They're already probably working on props and all that shit.
They almost have to.
5 seasons of this is planned. This is Disney Plus, right? This show is Disney Plus, and you already have all these other fucking things that aren't good in a COVID environment, like Captain America or Bucky and fucking Falcon, whatever the fuck it is. WandaVision, all these things are getting delayed a little bit. That's their other, hey, bet on Disney Plus, come for Marvel shit. That's their other thing. The Mandalorian is good for COVID because it's all filmed on location in that warehouse with that tech. So what they can do with that, they need to keep running with this thing. And it's huge that they keep up the content, in my opinion, at least.
They almost don't have a choice. In fact, I wouldn't like if the COVID thing runs longer, let's say that there's a resurgence of it, or God forbid, some kind of mutation of it, and we go through all this crap again. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved it off and out from under the paywall just to salvage their operations at ABC.
Possibility.
Because live action TV is not in a good spot right now.
I didn't even thought about that.
I mean, you know what's really funny is, like, until you mentioned it, Ryan, I'd forgotten all about those Marvel TV shows entirely.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
There's like no buzz around anything Marvel.
None.
Like, I think a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, wasn't there supposed to be that Black Widow movie? Wasn't that supposed to come out already?" And people are just like, "Oh yeah." Like, there's no hype for it, like, at all. There's no. I'm just not feeling any enthusiasm, any sort of like hype around anything Marvel at all.
Well, and you remember what like the theme of Falcon and Winter Soldier is? Oh, America doesn't like Black Captain America. I can't wait to see that playing out. That'll be awesome.
That'll be fantastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like nothing about those Marvel TV shows interests me. We got a casting for She-Hulk. Whoop-de freaking.
Oh yeah, I mean, who cares? Nobody's gonna watch that show anyway.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Well, that's Disney. Like, Disney just announces stuff these days. It's not just a Lucasfilm now. It's like spread Disney. To all of Disney. Yeah, they don't actually make anything. They just announce shit.
All these movies that are happening, the Rian Johnson trilogy, all that other shit. I agree. I got a fucking hair in my mouth from my fucking beard. Gotta shave this shit. I didn't want to pick it off in the middle of the show. Now, what else do I want to talk about? We might as well talk about. Here, let me find that Culture Nerd article.
Oh, yeah.
Greg, how do you feel? I know how Jeff feels, so I'll save him for last. Greg, how do you feel about this report out there about Henry Cavill coming back? 3 more films with a bunch of options for cameos as well.
I'm excited about it. I mean, I really love Man of Steel. I know it's not universally loved, but it to me is my favorite version of Superman. I'm anxious to see where it's going to go. And I'm really excited that it kind of hints that we're going to continue or we're going to finish off the Snyder storyline, which has me really excited. I'm pretty much a normie when it comes to comic books, MCU, DCEU. I've leaned definitely more towards Superman being my favorite superhero. I love Man of Steel, and I forgot how much I loved Man of Steel until I watched it when Zack Snyder had that like watch party for it.
Yeah.
And that was really kind of like, God, yeah, I really love the movie. I love every part of the movie. I love the soundtrack, the score, Henry Cavill. Give me more of it. And the fact that like I think this is gonna cement the deal for Black Adam. That sounds really cool. I just love where DC is going because it's gonna have a great variety. There's gonna be something for everybody in the DC universe. Mm-hmm. You know, the hardcore dark action. It's gonna have the goofy kind of comic book characters with the Suicide Squad movie.
Shazam.
The Shazam family, more of a family-oriented movie and story. They have something for everybody, and it's not all the same stuff over and over and over again.
Well, and I also think that, and I think Jesus asked that question earlier when asking about Zack Snyder, not all characters have to be dark. And like, this was always the intention for the DCEU, right? To have all these different characters with different aspects. And because Warner Brothers was so fucking stupid, they couldn't stick to the plan. And, you know, they fucking blew their load early and decided to move on, which I think was a big mistake. And now they lost out on all this time. Like, watching Man of Steel again, I think that it was, if that movie had come out last year, I think it'd be a lot more respected, and I think people would have different feelings about it than they do now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I think now people are so like, all they wanted back then. This was after Avengers, right? Because 2013 was Man of Steel, so Avengers was what, 2012? Like, that is what people wanted to see. That's all people wanted to see after that. And when this movie was not that. You know, people were like, oh, well, it's a little too dark and dreary for me. I just watched this movie. And now people are fucking marveled out. People don't want that shit anymore. People want to watch The Boys now, right? For like a story about superheroes that are a little different than the fucking cookie cutter Marvel shit. So
yeah, a little different. Holy moly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that if that movie had come out, you know, now I think it'd be received differently. And I think that's why when you saw it, we're like, God, I forgot how good this was. But I'm looking forward to it. I wonder what the 3 movies are going to be. And if this does eventually turn out to be officially announced by Warner Brothers, and I believe it, like, I believe this report, And I gave Culture Nerd a little bit of shit, and I didn't quite agree with a lot of what they put out in the beginning of this. They've been right about a lot of stuff. They simply have. And so I believe this report. I believe we're going to hear the Ben Affleck rumor soon. Ray Fisher talked about Ben Affleck being back as well. So I believe this. I think that this is a Man of Steel 2. I think it's Justice League 2. And I think it is Black Adam. That's what I think this is.
Yeah.
That's my feelings on the 3 movies.
Sign me up. I'm at the theaters. I'm there. Sold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking incredible. Now, I don't know what exactly they're going to do, if they're going to keep the Snyderverse on HBO Max or what their plans are, but I know that I'm all for it. And here is that report, guys, if you didn't see it. I do like they used the one with all the people like touch him like God.
I love it.
This.
Yeah.
Exclusive. Well, and I love, listen, I know a lot of people hate BVS. I know a lot of people hate BVS. I also think that a lot of people haven't watched Zack Snyder's cut of BVS, which was fucking massacred by the studio. I think that the Ultimate Edition is much better and much more concise than the theatrical version. Nitram says Snyderverse is dead, Jar Jar verse incoming. Literally, no one's talking about any of Jar Jar Abrams' projects.
He's not doing DC. He's not doing DC.
No one's talking about that.
No.
Those may as well be dead in the water. Yeah, he's still doing Justice League Dark, I guess. But everyone is talking about Zack Snyder's universe and the multiverse. So, yeah. Anyway, Henry Cavill, what I was saying was I love the dichotomy because you have this group of people who are fucking vilifying Superman, and you have people that are praising him like a god, and he's like caught in between, which I think is awesome. Exclusive, Henry Cavill signs new Superman film deal. Now, people were trying to say that this was a false report, something like that, because when they went to this article after it got posted, the site was down. They thought the article had been pulled. In reality, it just crashed from too much activity. That's what it seemed like. But sources close to both TCN and DC News have confirmed Henry Cavill has signed a new deal to reprise his role as Superman. Cavill's future as Man of Steel has been a source of contention for quite some time. Despite Cavill's love and dedication, the portrayal of his character had its fair share of criticism, and after a lackluster box office performance of Justice League, his future as the hero was bleak. But the release of the Snyder Cut movement gained traction, and interest in Cavill's depiction of the character has been rekindled. And that's kind of what made this happen.
I love that.
Now, this is pretty cool. I didn't see this. Update. Boss Logic posted the below art of Cavill's Superman following this article's publication. The post has since been reshared on Cavill's agent Danny Garcia's Instagram story. Also, Henry Cavill's The Rock's ex-wife, who is his manager as well. So that puts a little more validity to the story, the fact that his agent is sharing that. So,
God, that's beautiful art.
Yeah, well, and the thing is we knew that they were working on, like, we knew that Henry Cavill wanted to reprise the role. So it's not like this is something way out of left field. Even like the Ben Affleck thing was less because we didn't, nobody was really sure. Does he really want to return to the role or not? And, there's that issue. Henry Cavill has said publicly, yeah, I want to be Superman again. So, I mean, it's believable. Like it makes sense that they would, get him signed now before Justice League comes out, and if it's like super well received, he's going to be more expensive to get back or re-sign.
He's already they should have fucking locked him up right now. Henry Cavill is a huge, like with The Witcher. Everybody got people like Anna fucking on uterus alert anytime Henry Cavill's mentioned, right?
Exactly.
So he just is a big star now.
And if they signed him earlier, they could have had like first dibs on his calendar as far as when to shoot stuff. So like if he already signed a deal with The Witcher for, let's say, a season 3 to shoot, like Warner Brothers now is going to be in a situation where they're stuck shooting around that schedule.
Yeah,
that's true.
If they want to do a movie, so it's not just get him locked up when he's a little bit cheaper before he becomes a star. It's also kind of reserve him on your calendar so he's available to shoot. You don't want a repeat of this situation where he's got a goddamn mustache and he can't shave it for reshoots.
He even said, he's like, hey, I can do Witcher and one other big thing every year. I can. He said that. He
for sure
did everything he could to let them know that he wants to play this character.
Well, the body build of the two characters is pretty similar. It's not like he has to become a fat guy to be the Witcher and then get muscle bound and cut to be Superman again. He's kind of, it's different hair color and a different hairstyle, and he's pretty much ready to go, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. Maybe contacts. Do they have them have the yellow eyes? Does he have the yellow eyes? They probably do that in CGI, honestly.
Most likely.
I don't know.
Nothing big. Ords board is here. Hello, Ords. Stopping by to support. Hail the Outpost. Hello, Ords. Got to have you on the channel again soon, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for the super chat. Geeky Pixie for $2. Again, Geeky Pixie says Henry Cavill nailed Geralt 100%. Well, Henry Cavill also nailed Gina Carano. But yes, I agree. Henry Cavill nailed Geralt 100%. I thought he was great as Geralt, as The Witcher. I wish we would have got to see more of him in The Witcher. Strange that I want more of the title character in it. But maybe they're kind of just setting up Ciri's story and everything. And Yennefer. I hope season 2 is better. I wasn't as high on season 1, like fucking masturbatory levels like everybody else seemed to be. But I did think it was really good, and I thought Henry Cavill was really fucking good. So,
yeah.
No. Oh, wait. Where is that? Somebody said, no. David, no. Henry Cavill, not. I don't want Henry Cavill to ever get fat. No. I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
No.
Everyone says they're jealous of him. I think everybody is. He's got a really nice computer. Who wouldn't be jealous about that?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But I don't know. You guys have any final thoughts on kind of Cavill's Superman, what it could mean for the DCEU? A change in. Are we going to finally get the conclusion of Zack Snyder's vision?
I think so. I mean, Lethal was on last night on stream for a bit, and he came out and said he believes that as well. I'm like, I'm on board with that too, guys. That's what I was thinking as soon as I read this. And yeah, I think we're going to get the end of that arc, and I do think it's going to be Black Adam as well, because I think that The Rock and his agent have been fighting as well behind the scenes to get this to happen, because he wants to fight Henry Cavill's Superman in his movie. That's what he wants to do. He's talked about it multiple times, and I would love to see that. I'd absolutely fucking love to see that. That would be a great showdown to see. I mean, man, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the arc that I'm really excited to see that. I really am. I'm glad it's the thing is too, like we're talking about BBS earlier, people not liking it. Even the people who don't like it will always say they really liked Henry Cavill's Superman. Even the people who didn't like Man of Steel. So a lot of people like him as Superman, even the ones who don't like those movies. So I think he's still going to get a lot of people to watch these movies because of how much people like him in general as well as a person, and how much his star has risen since doing Batman v Superman, especially after The Witcher. It just shot up in the stratosphere.
I agree.
Well, his Mission Impossible character was well received.
Oh yeah, that
as
did
well
too. Yeah, he was fantastic in that movie, man. I was one of my favorite bad guys in Mission Impossible.
Dude, that fucking trailer, that trailer where they just had the rim shots or whatever it was when he put his arms out to get his sleeves up.
Yeah.
God, that was so fucking. That was a great trailer. Great. That was an awesome fucking trailer.
It really was.
And yeah, I think that I do hope we get to see that. I think people are ready for DC. I think that people are tired of Marvel. And honestly, what do you have to look forward to in Marvel? What movies do you have to look forward to? A PG-13 Blade, a Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2. I mean,
Panther.
Yeah, some people might say too soon, but it's not. We could talk about that. Chadwick Boseman's dead. What are you going to do with Black Panther now? Are you going to, is all the rumors, is it going to be Shuri? Is that what you're going to do? People aren't going to fucking watch that shit. I don't know, man.
The thing is so Disney had to know, or at least I'm guessing, based on the timeline, that when they were making Endgame, did they know about his prognosis?
They
think
had
It's got to be
to.
pretty close.
Yeah.
I would think that they.
Since 2016, they had to know.
Yeah.
So why write him to come back from the snap?
Yeah.
Because
hopeful?
if they hadn't, you would have had riots, I suppose.
Oh,
Think of what happened when they killed him, dude.
Think about
Think
it.
of what happened when they killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a
I'm
point
like-
there.
But you're gonna have to. They knew that they were gonna have to deal with it at some point, and that would have been the most logical point to be like, oh, something happened, and they could have played it off like, hey, he still might come back. It's just he didn't come back with that for some reason. He has some other mission that he's got to do before he can come back, or make some kind of excuse up to leave yourself that opening. By not doing anything, they put themselves in a worse place because now they have to kill him essentially off screen.
Yeah.
His character off screen and like transfer the mantle. And if it's to his sister, good lord, she's
No.
the least likable character in all of Marvel movies, and I like her less than Brie Larson's character.
The guy, she's the smartest of all of them, remember? She's the smartest. Yeah, she's
She's just annoying.
God, I hated that. I hated her in it completely. It was an Infinity War where she's like the smart, like, no, actually this does this and this. I'm smarter than you. And like, oh, really? I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah,
she's
you're
talking
Bruce
just fucking
Banner
like Bruce
and you're
Banner
fucking Tony
and-
Stark. Yes, you do.
and
know
Tony
that,
Stark.
Okay?
Yeah.
You fucking knew that. So shut up. Yeah.
My ancestors
that.
found a rock from space, so that makes me smarter than everybody.
basically,
Yeah.
this fancy rock that does
Rock.
anything you want it to. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking
Space Book
garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if they connect the two universes, they're going to find out that Uchi's dagger was made out of that rock.
Vibranium, yeah.
Vibranium. That's how it like led to the right spot on the Death Star. It was a vibranium knife.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That's good.
Either way, Marvel's fucking dead. Not dead, but just the interest in it is gone right now. DC can rise up with a lot of different things. They're embracing the multiverse. I'm all for it. We'll see what happens going forward. I did want to give you guys a chance to plug your channels. We've got Steph modding as well, so she can plug your links as you're talking. But Jeff, 1,000 subscribers. I was gonna say 100,000. Oh shit, 1,000 subscribers. Tell these kind people where they can find you and what you do.
Absolutely. You can find me at the Geek Blend here on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch, where I don't really do much right now, but I am going to start streaming games there as well. But actually tonight, me and Lost Jedi 22 and Open Airlocker are going to do some more Star Trek watch parties tonight. So we'll be doing that. And then, of course, I'll be doing like Tuesday, I do my Battlefront streams. Tuesday's Cantina stuff comes out, so new craft beer stuff coming out. I'm actually going to do some changes to my recommendation series for my streaming services. So I'll make an announcement soon on that one, what I'm going to do for that. So, because I'm changing the stuff up because of the whole Netflix cuties thing, I think I'm going to take them out of that situation. But
Probably
yeah, so I got some other stuff coming this week. And then I'm probably going to do a 1,000 celebration stream sometime this week. I don't know when. I'm going to figure out whose schedules work and whose doesn't, because I do want Raging Rhino on there sometime, but he's in that other side of the world with that weird time zone he's in. And you can't get on everybody else's time zone. Thanks, Rhino. They screw it all up. But yeah, so I'll be doing all that this week. So definitely come check me out. I appreciate you guys, all of you subscribing. And thank you again, Ryan, for your support. Everybody in the chat, all you guys who've been supporting me as well, too. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Come check it out. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Try to do something different.
And before we get to Greg, I did also want to mention, because I think I forgot last week, for members and patrons who are over in the Discord, we will be doing that voice chat over in the supporter voice chat after the stream. Maybe about 10 minutes after the stream's over, I'll be hanging out there for around 30 minutes until we do the Mario Kart stream. So come talk to me over there. Come talk to me over there.
Hey, Ryan.
Greg, Lost Jedi 22, plug your shit.
Hi, I'm Lost Jedi 22. You can find my YouTube channel under the same name. Also on Twitter at Lost Jedi 22. Right now I'm focusing on the world of Star Trek. As terrible as that is, but CBS has promised us 23 weeks of Star Trek, so I'm going to give you 23 weeks of suffering on your behalf.
Oh God,
because
man.
I guarantee you that is going to be suffering. And now I think we're on week 7 of the 23 weeks, because it's 10 episodes of Lower Decks and then 13 episodes of Discovery season 3. Rhino's in the chat. I see him like he's got some angry faces there. I've never met a person in my life who gets more shit for where he lives than poor Raging Rhino, but he takes it like a good sport. Your time zone is fucked up, Rhino. Sorry. But please check it out. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the shout out on Jeff's behalf. It impacts kind of all three of us in a big way, because yesterday's show for the Raging Geek Jedi show, we've been kind of steadily building an audience, but we had our biggest audience yet just last night. We almost hit the 100 viewer mark during the middle of the show. We had more people voting on our poll. It was one of the most lopsided victories in the poll we've ever had, but
absolutely, it was a bad question to be fair.
It was. It was. Just next week, hopefully, we'll have some better ones that can kind of go more both ways. But it's been great. That show continues to get more and more popular. Enjoy having you on that as well, Ryan.
Absolutely,
you're a great addition to that, as well as Mara and Lethal and Open Airlock Policy. Raythel, sorry. Yeah.
Well, and that's that's why it's one of the reasons I did it. I thought that it would really be awesome for all of you guys and benefit all you guys. So I was glad that I feel like I made the right choice, and I was never upset with my choice, but I just wanted it to benefit the most amount of people and people that I really like and appreciate. So I feel like I did that. So thank you guys for coming on the stream today.
And I was having actually a really, really bad week, Ryan, too. That's why one of the reasons I posted it on Twitter. Had found some stuff about a friend that was kind of devastating, and some other stuff happened. So I do appreciate that. It really, really made my week. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. And of course, Greg and Ryan, Raging Rhino, you guys have been, you guys are the reason too, helping us out. So thank you both as well too. So for getting here, I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So,
oh shucks.
Even you, Rhino.
There you go. Well, there you have it. Make sure you subscribe to these guys. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the super chats, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Steph for modding as always. Crushing it. You guys are all awesome. The audience is awesome. My members and patrons are awesome. I'll be on Geeks and Gamers Twitch tonight playing Mario Kart. But for now, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.